Hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you for checking in. Because I randomly bought the 2005 STI, I'm gonna take this off the lift. I'm gonna put this on the side for a bit. Gonna take the blaze yellow Mishimoto Radiator. It's like literally brand new, maybe it has 2,000 miles on it. Gonna throw that in the 2005 STI. Just swap everything around. It's gonna be a lot of work, but it makes the most sense. I'm gonna be ripping apart the blaze yellow anyway. In the 2005 STI, the radiator has a hairline crack. Before we even like deep dive this thing might not actually have a head gasket issue.
You sure about that?
Which is crazy. Let's just jump right into it. All right guys, so here it is, the 2005 Subaru STI. Got it off the trailer. Drove it around a bit actually. I already got a plate on it and tag. And we're gonna throw this on the lift today. I also actually ran the Maddox combustion test last night, and this thing passed the head gasket test. So this STI very well, this barn find STI could actually not have a head gasket issue.
Well, keep dreaming.
This thing passed the head gasket test, so.
That's not changing. The coolant's leaking from right down here. Show my finger. That's hot as coolant. This thing may just have a blown radiator.
Which, from what it sounded like from the owner, sounded like it did. However, I think it was low on coolant from the radiator leak. Air was in the system. It was getting hot really quick every time you went on it. I topped it off with some leftover fluid I had just to see. And then once the fluid was filled up, the radiator at the top was leaking. Car drives pretty good. Engine feels healthy. Idle's a little rough here and there, which could be a sign of a head gasket. The guy allegedly before this did ignition coils, probably spark plugs if you're going in there. But I bought new spark plugs. Gonna check the ignition coils, make sure they're not some aftermarket bullshit. Guys, by the initial look, I do not think that these are OEM. And then we're just gonna rip out the radiator, put in new coolant, put in the Mishimoto, and then get this thing going. Got the bottom hose off real quick. Coolant is draining nice and slow. We're gonna get this radiator out, throw it into the STI, and then once I pull the engine in the blue wagon, I'll pull that Denso radiator and then throw it in here. Or I might upgrade the one in that. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with that car yet. Maybe build a rally car, I don't know. Maybe do a super clean Subaru build on it and then LS swap this. Super torn on which route to go, but let's keep getting this radiator out. All right, that was easy. Radiator out. Gonna pop these fans off, keep the hardware, get the STI on the lift. This thing looks pretty clean. I don't think there's any leaks. But next up is get the STI on the lift. We'll see how rusty this thing is. Definitely gonna drop the rad. Burp the system. I'm gonna do the rear diff while it's up there. Just like I said, it was making noise. I think you heard it in one of the clips before. Let's keep this moving along. Overall, this thing's really clean for what it is, but the hood is faded for sure. Headlights kind of cooked. Front crack bumper over here. Fender and doors are pretty clean. The roof's pretty clean. Some random dents on the body, but nothing too serious. I did notice this rust over here. I did not wash this. I literally sprayed it with the hose. Not sure if this is fade or just pollen. That's a little clear problem right there. He said the top of the wing definitely has some clear coat missing, which is fine. Overall though, I think if I was to like clay bar this, wax it up, obviously you get resprayed where the clear coat's faded, this thing should clean up really well. The interior on this thing is just awesome. I stopped by Subaru, got some coolant. STI seats are clean, steering wheel super clean, cluster, shift boot. The shift knob looks a little old, or I don't know, it looks different from what I've ordered before. Could definitely be the factory one, maybe replaced. And then the engine bay, let's take a look. So I was driving this thing around earlier, just to the DMV and back, and under this sticker, you could already see it, there's a small leak. And honestly, this could be the potential head gasket issue. And if that is the potential head gasket issue, we just scored huge on an STI. And Chris, if you're watching this, thank you. Obviously at the time we didn't know what's wrong with it. And I'm also not even 100% sure. We are pushing coolant, boys. However, it did pass the combustion Maddox gas test. Also, once I filled it with coolant, it wasn't leaking prior. I then filled it with coolant, and now the radiator is leaking because I definitely topped it off right. Ha! Gay! So this thing potentially might not have a gasket leak, which would be awesome. The real moment of truth is going to be how rusty it is underneath, because the cross member, here's a photo of what I found earlier. Getting it on the lift, we're going to be able to see everything, so let's get it up there. This is first time walk around. I'm doing this obviously not live, but I'm doing this fresh with you guys. I'm gonna shoot this on my iPhone. It records better in the dark. So looks like we got some aftermarket headers on this. Looks like some eBay shit. I could be totally wrong. However, the block itself looks clean. Leaking quite a bit though on that side. Probably valve cover. Look at all that goop. Oh yeah. The U-frame is pretty rusty. Cross member, it's definitely a little bad up there, hard to see. This side's pretty shitty. It's pretty crusty. Gonna make sure it's not like split. It's a first walkthrough. I have not looked at this thing yet. Transmission, a little bit crusty. This thing needs like a good power wash. All this stuff is slowly starting to rust, if you can see it. Good and bad. Good is it's not too bad. But it's definitely a rusty car, that's for sure. Hanger's broken off, that's hysterical. Like I said, not great, not bad. I'm sure a lot of people are kind of used to this, to be honest, all over the country, to see cars this rusty. However, this is definitely salvageable. And I wonder what it looks like under these STI panels. This thing is fully catless though, from what it looks like. I'm gonna see if it has a tune tonight. But this thing actually makes a good daily, in my opinion, because it's so fucking crusty. All right, going through the walkthrough. It's honestly better than what I thought. You could fix a lot of this rust. It's not structural, which is awesome. And like I said, the strut towers are super clean from what it looks like. So I'd give this like a 6 out of 10. The O2 Bug-Eye wagon that's outside, 9.8 out of 10. That thing is immaculate. 2005 STI, pretty rusty, pretty crusty, to be expected. I was told, I could tell by that front cross member. Here's the photo I got of it. But we're gonna go drop that radiator, see what spark plugs are in this, see what ignition coils he did, and then probably compression test this. I'm gonna do the oil change and change the diff fluid, and then we'll take this thing for a spin. Rust, I'd say 6.5, 6 out of 10, like bad. Could be way worse. It's not the worst I've ever seen. My yellow car is way worse than this. So let's get this going, rip the radiator out, burp the system, and see if these head gaskets are cooked. Potentially no head gasket.
It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can't take my freedom. Can I shut it off?
No, keep going.
This is great.
This is great, horrible content. First pull, the engine goes. Holy shit. Well, we did one pull and either I did something wrong or it's cooked. Whoops. I'm about to pull it into the garage, the car. We're gonna compression test this. To be totally honest, I'm still not even 100% sure if this thing has head gasket leak or not. I know the proper ways to do a leak down test. I'm gonna do a compression test just to see if the bottom end is holding good compression. The coolant overflow tank is definitely bubbling more than like I've ever seen on any of my Subarus. So I'm assuming still that the head gasket is cooked, but it's not confirmed. Let's get this into the garage, do the compression test, get the numbers, and we'll wrap this video up. Guys, by the initial look, I do not think that these are OEM coil packs. I'm gonna pop these suckers out on all sides and start compression testing this thing. But so far, those do not look like factory ones. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna get them out. Let's check this out. These look like some aftermarket bullshit. This is definitely an aftermarket coil pack across all four, I'm sure. So I'm definitely gonna replace those. It looks pretty good. This actually looks very clean. This plug also looks really good. This one again. This looks pretty good. Cylinder 4. You ready? Perfect. We're at about 139.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's good though. 135, 139. It's awesome. All right, we're doing cylinder 2, OTC compression test. You ready? Good, right on the money.
I usually do like 7.
135.
135.
Yeah. So far we've done cylinder 4 and 2. We have 135 for cylinder 2, 137.39 for cylinder 4. So off to a good start, halfway there. Let's hope these other ones are just as good. Cylinder number 3. Ready? Perfect. We're at like 137. We have cylinder 1. You ready? And we are at about 140. That's awesome.
You want me to do it again?
Wait, that's fucking awesome. If you made it this far in the video, the car passed the compression test. I'll throw the numbers up right here. Super stoked about that. For 165,000 miles, this thing did really well. All the compression numbers were very close to each other. And this engine, the bottom end, it seems that it wants to live. It sounds really healthy. I'm going to put this back together. I ordered, just in case, an OEM Reseal Kit and ARP Head Studs. Still, eventually, if this thing lasts, in the next video, what I'll do, it's gonna be driving, spirited driving, taking this thing out, really testing it, getting the temps up. And like I said, if it needs a head gasket kit, the OEM Reseal Kit and the ARP Head Studs are on the way. So plan is to keep this kind of OEM plus, kind of really clean it up, and goal is to just make it like an immaculate 2005 Subaru STI. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great day.